कैजा सर नमस्ते। B2B जिम फिटनेस वेलनेस लाइफस्टाइल में आने के लिए धन्यवाद।
My pleasure. आप
सर
हमारे लिए बहुत खास हो धवल. As a student, as a team member, okay, as an independent businessman who still is considered as a team member by us, and we are very proud of you. Sir,
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
because आपने invite किया, हम definitely आएंगे. Okay.
थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। थैंक्स अ लॉट।
K11 के पहले there was मेरा आइडिया ये था कि मैं एक जिम सेटअप मैनेजमेंट कंपनी फॉर्म करूंगा. अब ये एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप नहीं बोल सकते. द पॉइंट इज आई वाज एट अ प्लेस वेयर nobody would give me a job as such, because they would think I was in a funny place. I needed a job, but people would think I am capable of giving a job. So I was in a funny place. I needed a job, but I could not go to anybody saying I needed a job.
आपको ऐसा नहीं लगा कि मैं फिर से पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग चालू करता हूँ?
तभी भी कर रहा था मैं पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग. थोड़ा एक दो क्लाइंट्स एट वेरी हाई रेट्स आई टेकन पर्सनल ट्रेनिंग, बट आई कुड नॉट. वो जो जिम मैनेजमेंट का जो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस था और जो मिला था एंड सेटअप करने में जो एक्साइटमेंट हुआ था, एंड द फैक्ट दैट आई वाज गेटिंग ऑफर्स फ्रॉम पीपल से कि हमारा जिम चालू,
हाँ जी।
that made me still think that probably I could have a gym setup management company. Entrepreneur is the one who invests also, okay, or takes a bank loan and invests, right? मेरा कंसल्टेंट बनने का एक्चुअली वाज अ एक्ट ऑफ कावर्डाइज कि मैं दूसरे लोग पैसा लगाएंगे और मैं वो पैसा इस्तेमाल करूंगा और उनको प्रॉफिट करके दूंगा, मगर मैं इतना कोई लोन लेके वो, because I was from a service background.
Yes.
Service background. This thing about taking a loan from the bank and investing in one's own business,
रिस्क नहीं चाहिए.
ये guts नहीं था मेरे. That was not there.
हाँ जी.
But consultant was good. I would consult people. Consultant को पैसा मिलता है, वो invest नहीं करता. And as a consultant, अगर कोई मेरे को पैसा देता है तो I would basically consult them in the same way कि अगर मेरा पैसा होता तो मैं ऐसा लगाता, अगर मेरा पैसा होता तो मैं ये खरीदता. So my consultancy was also very simple and easy for me. If it was my money, what would I buy? If it was my money, how much would I invest in interiors? If it was my money, where would I spend a lot and where would I hold back? So for me, the formulas were all simple, that whatever I do with my money is what I will do with somebody else's money. Even if I have to consult somebody about supplements, it's very simple. I will advise you on what I spend money on. मैं जो खरीदता हूँ वो आपको बोलता हूँ खरीदने के लिए. जो मैं नहीं खरीदेगा वो I will never tell you all to spend money on. So this is a very simple logic that I use for doing anything, any consulting, any advice here. So it was very safe for me to start a company which was a setup management company, consultancy company.
So you started that?
Sorry?
आपने शुरू किया वो कंपनी?
हाँ, वो शुरू किया. So initially it was called as Kaizad Kapadia Fitness Management Company Private Limited. That is what it was called initially. And that company basically got three businesses, as in three setup projects it got. One was Sykes in Lokhandwala.
Okay.
So one of the biggest gyms that opened up in Bombay.
Yes.
And one was AF10 in Chembur.
Yes.
Owners are still very, very close friends of mine. And the third one was Euphoria in Cuff Parade, which was an investment made by two ladies. One is Devki Khimchi, who later on became director, and she still is 50% director owner of K11. And the other was Simone Meher. So these were two girls. Simone was actually Devki's client. Devki also was a personal trainer initially. She had done the progressive fitness course and she was a personal trainer. And Simon was her client, and then Simon also came from a good builder family, the Meher Group, and Simon and Devki decided to start a gym. So Devki comes from a very, very big business family in Muscat, Oman, the Khimjis, and always her aim was to prove to her father that she's a capable businesswoman. And she was always coming up with businesses. So Euphoria, since she was a personal trainer, and as a personal trainer also, I remember she used to get people to come to her house. She would not go to people's houses. She had a treadmill tha, some dumbbells were there, and she had made one room in her house as a home gym, and people would come to her and she would train them. So, you know, Devki, how thorough she is with all the systems and all that. So she would train people very well, and they were happy with her. And one of them happened to be Simon. Then Devki and Simon decided we'll set up Euphoria. And Simon was also a member at Exert. So she had seen the way I work as a manager. So when they got to know that I'd left Exert, they also came to me saying that, will you take it up as a consultant? Okay. And I remember they had approached me when I was in Exert also. So when I was in Exert, they had approached me and I had said that, fine, we will consult you, but we will consult you as Exert. I cannot do this on the side. It will be Exert consulting you all.
Okay.
And then they waited, and then afterwards I left Exert, and then they approached me again, and their project is still not taken off. So then I got Exert. So I got Euphoria, AFN, and Sykes. 3 projects I got for setup and then management. So ये 3 projects में से Devki also then was very happy with the way I had consulted her and the way the gym came up. And during the time that the gym was coming up and all that, sometimes Devki and me would be in the same car. And I remember one instance where a K11, so K11 तब तक नाम नहीं हुआ था, और K11 का नाम रखने वाला Abbas Ali of Bodyholics. He's the one who named it K11, not named the company K11. I think it was my 30th birthday or 35th birthday, I don't remember, but he used to work in a bakery before joining Exert as a trainer, and he baked a cake for me that looked like an Olympic plate. And then he wrote the names of everybody that were with me at that time, and they turned out to be 11 names, out of which Mayur and Kalyani also names were there.
Okay.
Lata Rajan, who's our senior faculty,
okay,
her name was also there. She was also a personal trainer. So that cake had 11 names, and Ocean's 11 was a movie that was very popular at that time. So Abbas wrote over there, K is 11. So, and then that name stuck, and when it was time to start another company with Devki, then it became K11 Fitness Management Company Private Limited. That was the company.
Okay.
That was a setup and management company in which 50% partners were me and Devki.
Okay.
And then Kalyani quickly, because of her immense talent at managing systems and setting up systems, Kalyani quickly became the CEO of the company.
Okay.
And it was Devki who actually noticed Kalyani's talent in management.
Okay.
I always saw Kalyani as an athletic girl, but it's Devki who understood that she's got the knack for business.
Right.
And Kalyani quickly became the CEO of the company. And I'll tell you how Devki approached me, how I approached Devki to become a partner. So I was 100% owner of K11 Fitness Management Company Private Limited, or rather Kaizad Kapadia Fitness Management Company Private Limited. And I remember on one particular day, me and Devki were in the car, and I had to give one of the 11 people who were with me, K11, one of the 11 people, I had to give a salary. उसको salary देना था. I told them कि ये Worli नाका के आगे के signal पे रुकना. And then I came in the car, I parked it on the side, मेरा checkbook निकाला और bonnet पे check sign करके उसको दिया. And Devki happened to ask me कि ये क्या हो गया, क्या किया अभी? मैं बोला मैंने उसका salary दिया. बोला she was shocked. बोला ऐसा salary देता है? कार के bonnet पे sign करके. Who's your accountant? I said, I don't have an accountant. So you don't have an accountant? I said, no, I don't have an accountant. Then she asked me some questions. Did you cut TDS? मैं बोला वो क्या रहता है? TDS क्या रहता है? I have written 20,000. I'm given it. So she was like, ऐसा नहीं चलता है. This is what are you doing? Do you even know how much is there in your bank account? I said, नहीं, मगर phone करके पता लगा था. So she could convince me in the car that boss, business is very different. So I'd run a gym, but the gym had an accountant. Anu and Harun were very pakka in their finance.
Right.
और यहाँ पे पैसा तो आ रहा था. We used to take a percentage of revenue.
Right.
So he started seeing money coming into the account, but that money का कोई हिसाब किताब नहीं.
Right.
और मैं ऐसे ही सैलरीज दे रहा है, कुछ डिडक्ट नहीं कर रहा है, क्या डिडक्शन रहता है, क्या टीडीएस रहता है, क्या कुछ मालूम नहीं.
Right.
जो पहला प्रपोजल हमने बनाया ना, लाइक फॉर दीज 3 gyms, नेट कैफे में बैठ के बनाया प्रपोजल. वो भी इन सब अगली फॉन्ट, वो फॉन्ट भी कैसे चेंज करेगा मालूम नहीं. वो टाइपराइटर से शीट आता ना, वैसा शीट निकाल के लोगो कैसा प्रिंट कर, कुछ मालूम नहीं. बस I knew the science behind fitness. I knew how to set up a good gym. वो सब मालूम, पर धंधे का कुछ मालूम नहीं. That night, I really compliment myself on one thing. Okay, fine, I didn't understand business, but at least I understood कि ये सब चीजें अगर नहीं है और ये सब चीजें अगर आपको मालूम नहीं है तो आप डूबोगे. और 11 लोगों को लेके डूबूंगा मैं. So that night I thought a lot. Then I managed the courage to ask Devki. I told Devki, I said, see, I understand that I don't understand all these things. Would you like to be a 50% partner? Because you understand these things, I understand the product. She didn't take even, I don't think she hesitated even for a second. She just said, yes, okay. And then 50,000 rupees from my side and 50,000 rupees from her side, that was a starting capital. And that's how we started KLM Fitness Management Company Private Limited. Dhawal, I didn't even have 50,000 rupees. She paid my 50,000 rupees. And then I paid her back. And that's how the KLM Fitness Management started. And I used to take everything from
Yes.
Lecturing to demo lectures to
Yes.
practicals to exams, सब कुछ में.
Yes.
Then you started taking the exams. Then you started taking lectures.
All right.
So that's how it started. But initially, why did we set up the school? So it was not my idea to set up the school. It was Devki's idea. होता क्या था कि एक जिम को सेटअप करने के लिए आपको ब्रिक एंड मॉर्टर में जो भी चाहिए, इंटीरियर्स, इक्विपमेंट, ऑल दैट, प्रोजेक्ट को खत्म करने के लिए, और फिर क्या चाहिए, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स. रेडीमेड ह्यूमन रिसोर्स किधर मिलता था? तो नहीं मिलता. We had to train them. So we would take on. So एक प्रोजेक्ट अगर खड़ा करना है 3 महीने लगते थे इंटीरियर्स और इक्विपमेंट के लिए. वो 3 महीने में पहले ही हम लोग शॉर्टलिस्ट करके रखते थे. द ट्रेनर्स इंटरव्यूज लेते थे. 7 ट्रेनर सुबह, 7 ट्रेनर शाम को. Those 14 people, I would start their training from day 1. I would have to ask some gym a favor कि आपके जिम में मैं सिखा सकता हूँ क्या? Because by the time the gym opened doors, I not only wanted the gym to have the correct interiors, but I also wanted the trainers to speak the same scientific language,
Right.
the same form and technique,
Right.
all that. So the gym work would start, the interior would start, equipment order would be placed, and my course for these 14 people would also start.
All right.
3 महीने में जब जिम खुलता था, तब all the trainers were educated by me. And now I realize, of course, education at K11 also has evolved a lot. तभी जो जानता था वो सारी चीजें उनको सिखाता था.
All right.
Then the gym would start off, okay, and then probably 2 people would leave in the first 2 months only. 2 दिन छोड़ के चले गए trainers, और 2 को मैंने निकाला because of some misconduct. अब सिर्फ 4 लोगों के लिए वापस कोर्स कैसे करोगे? So this was a constant problem. कि अगर आपके 2 ट्रेनर छोड़ के जाते हैं, तो वो 2 ट्रेनर को रिप्लेस करने के लिए वो 2 ट्रेनर को वापस कोर्स में, पूरा कोर्स में. How to solve that problem? I didn't know how to solve it. It was Devki's idea that why don't we set up a school? तो बोला set up an academy. खाने का काम ही है. Set up an academy. ऐसे कैसे set up an academy? ऐसे मेरे को क्लासरूम लगेगा, मेरे को जिम फ्लोर लगेगा, लैब लगेगा मेरे को. हाँ तो हम लोग करेंगे. मैं कैसे करेंगे? मेरा जगह है सांता क्रूज में. We can pay rent to my father. But you come and see how that place is. So initially I was resistant towards it. And she was like, नहीं, we have to do this. हमको करना ही है. And I was like, यार होगा नहीं होगा. See, this is the thing about not coming from a business background.
Right.
I was always scared कि यार ऐसे कैसे इतना पैसा लगाएंगे. How? She got the project report done. She got the bank loans done, and from that money, we occupied about, I think, 1,500 square feet. Where right now we are occupying 5,500 square feet.
Right.
We occupied 1,500 square feet.
Right. Right.
And we had a classroom and a gym floor.
Right.
And at that time, Rajesh Rai of Jerai, he gave the equipment free of cost.
Okay.
And I remember telling Rajesh, I don't know how I'll pay you back, but I will definitely keep this in mind. And he had a very good attitude. He said that I am not doing this to you as a favor. मेरा भी इसमें बहुत फायदा है. ऐसे जो भी है मेरे को free equipment मिल रहा है यार चालू करने के लिए. That's a big thing. So he said, but you are not understanding. I am getting a showroom in Santa Cruz, middle of Mumbai.
Right.
And your students will speak about the equipment and all this. So he understood this completely. Though I still think it's that finally he should see his benefit, but I should not ignore the fact that I've benefited a lot from that action.
Right.
So that's where the relationship started between K11 and Jerai also, where I recommended his equipment because he was taking a lot of feedback from me for the kind of equipment. And again, we are now doing things together with Being Strong, and now his equipment is Being Strong. So equipment came from Jerai or चालू हो गया. And that was the purpose of the academy, was to provide human resource to our projects. कि हमारे projects के लिए कभी कम नहीं पड़ना चाहिए trainers. Continuously courses चलेंगे. 2 जन छोड़ के गए, next batch में से कोई तो भी आ जाएगा. That was the idea. And once I started doing that, okay, I realized I'm damn good at it. कभी सोचा, but I realized I was very good at it.
Right.
So the syllabus got formed over a period of time. Things started coming into place. One batch after another batch, we kept on growing because people spoke about it and they loved the course. And again, it was the same thing. It was excellence that filled up. Kalyani was becoming very capable of understanding sales. She not only would handle gym sales, she's been the one guiding force. One of her favorite stories was when Dhaval decided he doesn't want to do management. Dhaval, so that's one of her favorite stories where she says that I knew that Dhaval has got everything that a manager requires and he's a perfect manager. But Dhaval was saying that I hate management, I don't want to do management. So yeah, so you know her. She's been rock solid in management from day one. And Devki also set up everything, ran the company for the first 8 years. And then Devki got a very, very... so finally her goal was always to prove to her father that she's capable of handling her father's immensely big business. And she managed that. She's an executive director now in her father's company, and her father's company is humongous. So she's an executive director there. Obviously doesn't have time now. Me and Kalyani have run the show. So it's been 17 years of K11, out of which literally eight years, you can put it down the middle. The first half of the 17 years, Devki was running the business while I was running the product. And the next half till now, it's been me and Kalyani that have been running the show, product and business together. So that's how it is. But the school would not have come about if it was not for Devki's idea to have a school. And then we also had gyms. 5Fitness June was there, which you managed for a while. And we had gyms and we had school also. It was a decision taken by Devki and Kalyani, which I completely agreed with. That now is the time to focus on education and not on gyms. Not because gyms is not a good business. We made very good profits in Juhu by the time Juhu came to an end. When the 9-year lease expired. At that time, there was a terrific profit center. And it was a gym that was appreciated by the members across the board. They still miss it there. But after the 9-year lease, when the 9-year lease was not renewed because the landlord wanted to do something else there, and the shutters came down, at that time we realized कि अभी हम पूरा का पूरा school पे ही हम concentrate करेंगे, because that is something that we do even better than running gyms. And why unnecessarily be the competition of the industry? We should be the requirement of the industry. And I truly believe that was a great decision on our part. I'm not an entrepreneur. I only understand one thing. I understand quality, and I understand that customer is everything. Nobody more important than the customer. These are the things that I understand, which is why I saw success in whatever business I did. And I think these are the most important things in business. I've always earned goodwill, and the goodwill has always converted to money whenever I've needed it. Goodwill is cash. People don't understand that. Goodwill is cash. And a good name and reputation and trust and faith that you can develop over years, that is what makes people open up their wallets and pay you. So earlier, member was God for us. Today, student is God to us. Nothing more important than students for us. So we then became the K11 Academy of Fitness Sciences. I changed that name from K11 Fitness Academy to K11 Academy of Fitness Sciences. It just sounds more education-like. It sounds like an institution. K11 Academy of Fitness Sciences sounds more like an institution than the K11 Fitness Academy. So I changed the name then. And so K11 has never been changed. It's just... And very recently, we made another branding change because we were brick and mortar schools. We realized that people carry our K11 haversacks, they walk into our classrooms, they attend, they are in a school, and the word school never goes out of fashion. Academy, institute, college, whatever it is, a school is a school. It has an emotional connect. A school, so even colleges actually will call themselves schools. So the London School of Economics is a college, but it's the London School of Economics. That always appealed to me, that finally we are a school. And our entire, Dhaval, when we changed the name to school, अब तक तो हमारे signboards भी change नहीं हुए थे. But every single student started putting up on social media, my school.
Super.
That is the emotional connect of that word. I actually had a meeting with all my top management. I had a meeting. I said, K11 Academy of Fitness Sciences. तो हम बदलेंगे into K11 School of Fitness Sciences. सब लोग ने हाँ किया, yeah, great. Then I told them, I said, it is going to cost us nothing less than around 60-70 lakhs to make that change.
Okay.
See, all stationery has to change.
Yes.
All the textbooks signages have to change.
Yes.
It's a mammoth exercise when you do it later in the day. So changing K11 Fitness Academy to K11 Academy of Fitness Sciences was at a small size that we had. It was very fast.
Right.
So then we had a discussion. Whenever we spend money in the company, whenever Kalyani decides or I decide that money has to be spent, we take the opinion of everybody, because when we spend money, we are putting their salaries into risk, everybody's. So it should be a joint decision.
Right.
And yes, if I feel that my team, I will do everything in my power to convince my team if I want to spend that money. But without convincing them, I will not spend money. Acha nahi lagta. It doesn't feel good.
Right.
I need everybody to say yes, all right. I want them to be, so I call them stakeholders, and they are stakeholders. So if I'm going to spend, it cannot be just कि मेरे को रात को सपना है और मेरे को अभी K11 स्कूल बनाना है और मैं 60 लाख खर्चा कर दूँगा इसे. You should understand that money that is there in the K11 School of Fitness Sciences account owner of a company is always a trustee. He's not the owner of that money. The profits are mine, but not the money that comes in. It is the company's money. I cannot use it. I cannot touch it. Something that trainers that become gym owners should understand कि वो तुम्हारा पैसा नहीं है.
Right.
तुम वो अकाउंट से जब चाहे निकाल नहीं सकते.
Right.
There was a gym owner who gambled in Diwali, used up his collection money, and then did not pay salaries. अगर आपने सैलरी नहीं दिया है, आप वो पैसे को नहीं हाथ लगा सकते भाई. वो पैसा आपका नहीं है. You have to pay salaries, you have to pay rent, you have to pay all your creditors, you have to pay all the service providers. ये सब निकलने के बाद भी वो पैसा आपका नहीं है, वो कंपनी का पैसा है.
Right. Right.
और अगर आपको चाहिए पैसा तो आप लेते हो, मगर उसका अकाउंट बनता है कि हाँ भाई ओनर ने लिया है, वो पैसा बाद में वापस आना है.
Right.
So this is something I learned over a period of time. If there is X amount of money, कंपनी अकाउंट में अगर 2 करोड़ है, वो 2 करोड़ मेरा नहीं है.
Right.
मैं कंपनी का मालिक है, मगर वो 2 करोड़ मेरा नहीं. वो 2 करोड़ में बहुत कुछ,
Right.
कभी कभी पूरा 2 करोड़ चला जाता है.
Right.
It is committed to other people. There are people working. So this is something that people don't understand about businessmen.
Right.
And sometimes you can earn more money in service than in business.
Right.
The businessman can get 0, but he still has to pay salaries to people.
Right.
These are the responsibilities of business, which I got to know later. I happily take that responsibility.